Hey, what's up in there? Not much, because you're watching me. You must have a very bad life. So, in the last two videos I have been doing wacky soap, and I'm not going to do the rest of it today because I'm sick of it. And I will get back to the end, but not today, because I'm going to do something else. I'm actually going to do a film review. Yeah, so today I went to see The Fault in Our Stars, and because I really needed to read more this year, I said to myself before I watched the film I had to read the book, so I did. Then I went to go and watch the film. The film completely ruined the book for me. I loved the book, but the film, not so much. I swear I cried more at the book than I did at the film, and that's kind of bad in my opinion. I think that you should cry more at the film because then you can see it in real life, whereas if you're reading it, you're just looking at words and picturing it in your head, and this could be quite a blurry picture if you're like me. When you're reading, I have very blurry pictures in my head. This is, yeah. The other thing is they cut out like half the book, and I know they have to do that in films, but like I'm just gonna say spoiler alert here if you haven't seen it. Like towards the end, they have to find this letter in the book because Hazel like asked him to write a sequel, and she thinks that that's what is written. When actually what happens in the film is she just gets given a letter. So there's about 2 chapters on where this letter is, and in the film it's like 20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes actually. It's like 2 minutes. It just like says, "Oh look, oh that's what it is. Oh," and then she goes to her car, and then it's all like, "Oh." They just changed it. It ruined it. However, on the other hand, if you haven't read the book, it probably is a very good film. But with me, I went with 2 of my friends, and with the other one was just laughing all the way through it, which probably would have ruined it anyway. And the other one just sat there silently, not really quite crying. So I was just kind of sat between silence and complete and utter laughter. It was a mess. It was just a mess. The actual film, on the other hand, is really good. I think I'm more moaning on the fact that it goes away from the book a tiny bit. It has the same kind of like plot line, which is better than a lot of books because a lot of books completely change the plot line all the time. But this one they didn't change the plot line that much, and the acting is actually quite good. It's really I think they're really good at acting out the story, and I should never review films. And they did get every scene they did have that had emotions in it. They did do really well, and I did cry a tiny bit. So, you know, but I cried more at Marley and Me, and I don't like dogs, which kind of confused me a bit. Yeah. In conclusion, I'm not really sure what I thought about this film. I think I've definitely liked the book more, but yeah, I think there was more content to the book, and I think it was better. But you know, that's just my opinion. My advice would be, if you're good at reading, read the book afterwards, because you sit through the whole thing saying that didn't happen. That's not how it happened. That is literally what was going on whilst I was watching it. I wasn't actually concentrating on the film. I was concentrating on the fact that didn't happen in the book. I think even like little things like there was a guy in it with a guitar. That didn't happen in the book. I mean, there were quotes from the book in there, but just because you quote the book doesn't mean, like, there are silly little things they had that they didn't need to add. And I think that some of the things in the book weren't portrayed as much as they were like in the film. Like, there are bits of it that I think could have been done better. But yeah, the book's better than the film, but the film's alright. So I'm gonna give it a dun 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 3 out of 5. That doesn't look right. That looks like 3 take away 5. Oh well. Well, you got the gist. I said it anyway. So, this hasn't really been a comedy video, and the last 2 videos I realised have been pretty rubbish, and I'm honestly thinking of something else to do in my brain, but my brain is just, it's not a very good brain. Please excuse my brain. It's terrible. So as I say at the end of every video, if you like this video, please subscribe and like it. If you dislike this video, please press the dislike button and post hate. Thank you. But that's not... Zippers!